Yay.
Whoa, we started episode 8. Last episode was lame, and
Wait,
we didn't talk
are we
about.
really on episode 8?
Yeah,
Wow.
unless I'm wrong again. I don't know what episode we're on, but I know it's up there. Whoa. Um,
Also, yeah, the last episode of the podcast, you said you had a problem with it.
yeah, half it's gone.
Yeah, so yeah, can you clarify what happened again for me?
Okay, well, you see there, I was like, alright, time to get started editing. So I go, and I'm like, huh, where's the podcast? And because of the list of streams, and then
Uh-huh.
I just like in going through all the videos and deleting ones that aren't the podcast. And the one that's
Yeah.
30 minutes long, even though I know it was an hour long, was the podcast. I'm like, huh, was it really 30 minutes? I swear we talked for like over an hour. And then I skip to like towards the end, and we're just talking about Red Dead, and like in the middle of your sentence, I forget what you were saying, but just in the middle of it, it just cuts off. It just
And
stops.
then it just ends?
Yeah, it just ends.
What the frick?
Yeah.
Why are the podcasts so cursed?
They are. But don't worry, since I actually have time and know this can be a thing now, I'm gonna double check after it's over to make sure it did all of it, and if not, I'm gonna upload the recording.
This will be legend for the rest of eternity that our podcast will always be cursed.
Our final podcast just won't even be recorded.
Horror podcasts.
So yeah.
Well, anywho, do we have any topics for today?
Yo.
I have one, but you want to go with yours, Michael?
No, you go first.
No, this one's longer. See.
I didn't actually have one.
What? Why'd you be like, yo, like
Yo.
you had a podcast?
Because I have one, but I don't have one.
What do you mean?
Well,
If you have something to say, just say it, because mine's like long and stupid.
So is mine.
Mine involves dream, though.
Same.
Wait, what?
Thing.
Oh wait, you meant the guy dream. Okay, never mind.
Talk about your dream. We could talk about dreams. I have dreams. Dreams are interesting.
I have dreams as well.
Yeah.
Well, see, my thing has nothing to do with dreams.
What
Wait.
are you on, Michael?
Well, what's your topic, Michael?
I'm giving the mic to Travis.
Well, Michael, now you've piqued my curiosity, and I'd like to know.
I'm pretty good at that.
All right. Well, can you tell me?
Peanut butter.
I mean, peanut butter is a pretty good food item, a condiment.
Hold on.
From you.
Yeah. Okay, back. I took a pause there because I was doing something. Hold on.
Okay, Travis. I guess Michael's just never gonna say his topic, so you want to talk about yours?
Okay, well, we're just gonna. So yeah, practically, Dream got into more drama, but it wasn't his fault. Practically, so there's this YouTuber who went over to a family friend's, and honestly, it is kind of up in the air what you believe, because the story is kind of strange. But practically, this person's name is John Swan. Practically, so he went over to a family's friend's house, and then he logged into his like account, like his Discord and his YouTube, over at their house because the kid wanted to like see it and stuff, and then he left and he forgot to log out, and the kid's 12 years old, so he's like, I'm gonna be funny and impersonate Dream using this guy's account.
Uh-huh.
So he messages one person. So allegedly there's been multiple, but no matter how many times Dream and other people say, there's still yet another person to come out and say this practically. Um,
Wait, so go ahead.
well, so practically after a while he was confused because like Dream was messaging him and that stuff, and then yeah, basically got in contact. He apologized for what happened and stuff, but then Dream didn't buy it. Which I mean, to be fair, he doesn't have to believe his story, but he didn't have to make it public either, because he decided to
Yeah.
put it on his like subreddit or like a small like Reddit post, and yeah, that he so Dream made it public first, and then yeah, practically he responded publicly. The other person, John Swan, responded publicly as well. And then Dream criticized John Swan for responding publicly, and then he was like, "Well, what about your Reddit post?" And he was like, "Oh, well, that was small. It didn't matter. Whatever, whatever, whatever." It's like you're still throwing allegations on me. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It's still public.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's pretty messed up.
Anyways, Dream went full detective mode. Wow, he's fucking Sherlock Holmes. Did you know? Did you know that that 12-year-old kid, he said yup and mate? Holy shit. Who else says yup and
Wow.
mate? John Swan. You know who else goes yup and mate? The entirety of fucking Australia. Where, guess what? John
Yep.
Swan and that kid fucking lives. And I guess, oh yeah, you go yup as well. I go yup. A
Yep.
lot of people say yup.
Yep.
Just because you don't say it, Dream, doesn't mean anything. I just find that interesting. That that's some of his points. There's some points that don't make sense, but like practically, yeah.
So basically, he like someone messed up, and then Dream just like outed them on that mess up. Is what I'm getting from all this.
Practically, he doesn't blame John Swan's story and just believes that he's just trying to do there to like troll and like gain clout. Also,
Uh,
also he's ragging another YouTuber that had nothing to do with it as well.
it's
Like,
pretty messed up.
yeah. But yeah,
I I don't know why he would like do something like this as soon as he got out of like the Minecraft speedrun drama.
dude, he just yeah. Well, he's always gonna. The thing is that he's always gonna have support because his
Yeah.
fans are cocksucking losers. Oh, I said it.
Oh,
Having
got
an
him.
unhealthy relationship with someone on the internet because you like them doesn't mean they're your best friend or that you should literally only devote yourself to them, and it's very unhealthy.
True.
It's crazy to think of that. That you should probably care more about people that you have actual connection with.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand like standing people.
I
Like,
mean,
go ahead.
go ahead.
No, you go
Okay.
ahead.
Like, usually the people that like do find unhealthy relationships with people on the internet and like only care about that relationship are people that don't interact with others or have no actual friends in real life. So to they search for a relationship somewhere else, and the easiest place to find that is the internet.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying like you can't have healthy relationships on the internet. I'm just saying
Well, yeah,
obsessions
yeah,
with like YouTubers and like social media like people. Like
yeah,
that's the problem. Like if you can't find a friend in real life, find something that you're interested in and then join a community and talk, amongst each other and see if there's one
yeah.
person that you can talk to that's like a genuine good like friend, but like practically like acting like because it's kind of difficult. There's a millions of people that watch this one person and like this one person.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be some special person, no matter how much
Hmm.
you say.
That's why, like everybody always says like putting your actual like relationships on YouTube or online period is a bad idea because people attach to that like leeches and just like as soon as something goes wrong in that relationship, everybody's going to hate one person or the other in that relationship and it
Yeah,
just goes downhill. And that just goes with like any like YouTuber or anything. Just don't put your life in YouTube because people like leech onto that.
yeah.
Yeah,
I can understand if like what was going on was unhealthy because there's some things where like it was just not okay what one person was doing. But if it's just like a disagreement between two people who don't like each other, it's just annoying that the internet wants to talk about it.
Yeah. It reminds me of like the Bitwit situation with him and his was she his wife or
yeah. She was his wife, and I don't know. They've been having like issues behind the scenes for like the past year or whatever. That's none of our business though.
yeah.
But like people were like so invested into their relationship that they were like sending her hate messages on her YouTube, Instagram, and
Hmm.
Twitter, being like, "You probably cheated. You're a liar. You used him for clout."
I hate that.
When
It's
like,
just
I hate that
yeah.
so much. Like you use that person for clout. It's like you really don't
but
understand how
like
humans work sometimes, man.
they were dating long before YouTube, and like got
Yeah.
No,
and they were
she
married
thought ahead.
for the longest time.
She thought ahead. She was like, "Yo, this person gonna make it big in the industry. I'm just gonna be with this guy just so I can get popular."
I don't understand people sometimes. Like people grow apart sometimes and it just happens and it's like they don't understand that.
Yeah, like and COVID probably didn't help with that at all.
Yeah.
It was probably just like you know they were alone together a lot, so they had time to like
Yeah.
talk about some things, and they probably just grew apart after having some good conversations.
Yeah. I mean either way, it's like people like make make it their business when it's not their business
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they inject themselves in a situation that doesn't involve them at all.
Hmm.
Again, I don't think you should make your relationship you put your relationship on YouTube or make it public in any way, but that's what they kind of did and I mean, that doesn't mean they deserve the backlash that they got from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like sometimes, depending on what the relationship was like, if there was someone who did something like actually wrong, like that they should be called out for it.
What do
Because,
you mean?
well, I can't remember exactly what was up with it that much, but I mean, it wasn't really about his relationship. It was more that he was kind of a pedophile.
Oh,
But
I mean,
practically, like, there was a whole like pro Jared thing, and like practically, like I think two of his girlfriends that he had came out about it.
yeah, I just think some things like that should be made public so people know and
But
are in the
like,
know.
yeah, but like relationships, like normal
Yeah.
relationships, that like there isn't anything really that. Even if it was something big, you should still not like put it out there or anything.
Yeah.
Re- I felt really bad for Jacksepticeye recently because
Oh man.
he had to go on Twitter and tell everybody to like just stop like interacting with him because his dad died.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm not going to be on the internet for a little bit. Please just leave me alone.
Yeah.
And the amount of people that were so upset by that. I mean,
I
obviously there was fans that were like, dude, take your time. we're
Yeah.
we're here when you come back. But then
Yeah.
there you see some people are like, your dad deserved this. Like, you don't need a break. You're just whining because you can.
The fuck is
I
wrong with you? Honestly, I can't even think about like a family member dying. I don't honestly don't know what the fuck I would do. I definitely need a fucking break
nobody
from.
does.
Yeah, I definitely need a break from fucking something, just everything.
Yeah.
But like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck
That's
is?
something like nobody's ready for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, a while ago, Markiplier lost someone as well that was close to his like family,
Oh yeah.
and they made a video about it. And a lot of people were supportive and stuff, but like a few months later, you would see in the comment sections, just like really rude people who were just trying to make fun of the situation and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I remember seeing one that was used her name as their username.
yeah, it's just I don't get why people have to do that and can't just like leave it be. Like he lost like Jacksepticeye, he lost someone close to him. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of the video and it's I feel bad, but he wants to be left alone and I think that's a good thing. Leave him be.
Yeah, and it sucks that he even has to do that in the first place.
Yeah. Internet people.
2 years from now, we're having to do that because of whatever reason. I see that happening.
I there's always going to be those people though that just don't know when to like leave it alone or not inject themselves in a relationship that they don't belong in.
And something I hate like about that's like one like the biggest things I don't want to be like about being famous is that your private life is like hindered a lot.
Yeah. It gets more difficult to separate your private life from, your actual like it gets difficult to separate your actual life and then the like YouTube or
Your
whatever
persona,
celebrity
your
life.
online persona practically.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people don't want to show their faces on YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, you just have to find that like boundary, no matter how long it takes.
Yeah, it's still hard though because there's just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
people want to dig and find things. Like honestly, who gives a shit if you fucking watch porn on Christmas? What the fuck? I don't understand that drama about Dream earlier. Like we talked about it before, but do you really give a shit of what someone does on their free time?
Wasn't it like what was that again?
He practically Dream and his friends were just looking at people's OnlyFans and shit, and
Oh
like
yeah, 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 yeah.
on
Man, when I
Christmas.
saw that article, I was like, really? This is what we're doing now?
Yeah,
Who cares?
yeah. Practically, the argument's like, "Well, you should hang out with your family," and it's like, well, one, maybe Christmas doesn't hold any meaning to their family. Because honestly, it should just be any fucking time of the day that you go and see your family. It's like, oh, it has to be Christmas. You have to hang out with your family on this. It's like, or I could just hang out with my family on another time. Because what if I'm busy jerking off? But still, it
I
doesn't
mean,
have to be like this day is the day you have to spend time with your family. Because it's just a day. It shouldn't hold any meaning to everyone in the world. If it holds meaning
I
to you,
mean, what
fair
about
enough.
like let's say this was somebody else and they like they didn't like live close to their family and they have to like take a plane to their family. Nobody wants to take a plane like every Christmas to see their family.
Yeah.
That can be expensive for some people. I mean, some people could probably
Especially
afford it,
during this
but
time, like if your family lives in
yeah.
a different country, because I know people at like there's a donut shop nearby, and they're like his wife's family lives in like Cambodia. I don't think they can even go to Cambodia during this time.
But again, that's like really people. That's what we're getting mad about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I
Yeah.
just
Also, some people don't have good relationships with their family either.
Yeah.
What are you about to say, Michael?
I just went onto that Markiplier video and it's really bad.
Yeah. It is. I made a comment on it a while ago, but pretty bad. I just leave it be.
Yeah.
Markiplier lets it be. I let it be.
It's really all you can do because they're just trying to get something out of you. Just
Yeah. Anyways, Michael, are you ready to share your topic now with the group?
I guess.
So you did have a fucking top. God damn it.
So, there is this YouTuber I watch who goes over like computer hardware and stuff.
Uh huh.
His main focus is doing like seeing how they do when playing emulated games and stuff.
Uh huh.
And there's this device that's like not quite as big as a Switch, but a little bit bigger than a PSP,
Huh.
and it's a computer, like Windows 10 computer.
What the frick?
Yeah, it has a little 7-inch screen, um, 720p, but it has its main chip is a Ryzen 4500U, which is a 6 core,
Uh huh.
and like a 6 core in this small of a machine is pretty cool. But um, he did some benchmarks on it, and he was like playing games like Cyberpunk and Witcher 3, and it was really awesome.
Huh.
And the only issue I have with it is that it's $700.
Wait, you can actually buy this?
Yeah, it's a like a startup type deal.
Huh.
That's better than my fucking computer.
I mean, Cyberpunk only runs at like 30 frames per second.
It
But
it runs.
It runs, Michael. That's what
Fair
you're not seeing.
And also, I don't know if you noticed, but I don't really care about frames that much. It's nice if I can get 60, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
As long as it's consistent and not absolute garbage like 15 frames per second. Like, for some reason, why does the N64 have an easier time running Majora's Mask than the fucking GameCube? I want to talk about this since we're on hardware. So practically, there was an expansion pack thing that you needed for your N64 to run certain games like Donkey Kong 64 and Majora's Mask 64.
Yeah.
Majora's Mask used none of what the expansion pass needed. The expansion pack needed. It didn't make any use of it whatsoever, but it still required it. Like they basically, I think what someone did is that they basically found a way to, I think they found a way to make it run without the pack, and it was completely normal, right?
Wow.
Um, but for some reason, because the pack is not installed on the GameCube, even though the GameCube is more powerful, and the Legend of Zelda collection thing that has Majora's Mask, it runs at 15 frames per second, or 5 lower than the N64 for some reason. And I just hate it because there's no good way to play fucking Majora's Mask. Like, literally, whenever the Wii U shop closes down, there's no good way to play Majora's Mask. Like, because, so, you have option A, get an N64 and run at 20 frames per second on, like, an old, like, CRT TV, right?
Uh huh.
There's, of course, adapters, but then it's kind of just ugly looking. Or you
Yeah.
could get on the GameCube, and you still need, like, a CRT TV, and run at 5 frames slower than the N64 version. your only good option is to get it on the Wii U. But whenever that closes down, or if it's already is closed down, then yeah, there's you can't do that anymore. Or you can get the 3DS version, the 3DS remake, which is complete. It's garbage. It's so bad. It's really bad. A lot of cool things from that game is just gone, or you emulate it, but that's technically illegal.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of a shame.
Man, old hardware.
Yeah. Honestly, I think I know more about old hardware than new hardware, at least for like consoles.
But that brings to point with the little computer thing that can run Cyberpunk is that, and with the Switch, it's kind of bringing in the like portable age of technology,
Yeah.
where
I mean,
like I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think it'll eventually just be like all portable, or
Nope.
no.
no?
People always like big screens. Screens keep getting bigger and bigger, 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 bigger. You're
I
practically
like to
you're pr-
imagine somebody just carrying like a 60-inch TV as like a portable console.
practically like portable consoles are also getting bigger screens too. Like think it, I think the Switch is probably like the biggest like portable console that can play like AAA like big
Oh yeah,
games. 'Cause I have,
Travis is right too because like the 3090 came out and one of its selling points was that you could play on 8K screens at 60 FPS.
dang.
yeah, and yeah, that is another thing because the problem with these smaller things is that they can't really do like we're not really at the point of like getting them 4K, 8K, like 120 frames per second.
Yeah,
And then it's gonna go even increase even more to like 12K, and so they're just gonna. I feel like handhelds and like portable content like consoles are always just gonna be lacking a little bit behind, but that's always how it's always been.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When the SNES came out, I think then the Game Boy came out, or like I think like a lot of like 16-bit games came out, and the Game Boy's just fucking loser town over here. But then the GameCube came out, and now games are in 3D, and then the Game Boy Advance like comes out, and now games on a handheld are now 16-bit graphics. And then the DS started experimenting with 3D, and then the 3DS, and yeah, and then now the Switch, where we can actually play games and that stuff at very poor quality.
Ooh.
I guess speaking of Nintendo switching, new Smash Direct, or not Smash Direct, but just new Direct in general. I don't even. Did you watch that, Damien?
I watched the Donkey Direct.
Yeah, well, a lot of people seem to not like the Direct. I,
Yeah,
f- I feel like it's just because people got their expectations way too high. Even people who said that their expectations were in check, people are still hoping for a lot. I feel like people after the 1 year gap, because it's been a year since we had a normal Direct. Like,
I mean, to be fair, they could have given something better.
okay, but like they announced Splatoon 3. That's like a whole huge game. Also with a new Smash character. I feel like it's just that the Smash character is disappointing, and that's all. That people just did not like. So there's a lot of people did like the Smash character. I feel like Pyra isn't gonna give as much hate as because a lot of people did want Xeno like Rex or like Pyra and stuff from Xenoblade to be in.
I mean, me personally, I don't really care. I don't really watch the directs anyways anymore. But I can understand why some people might be a little upset.
Yeah, but still, I feel like people were expecting so much. There's one point I will say that was like really stupid. Practically during in the middle of the direct, they're like, "Hey, Bowser's Fury came out last week. I hope you're enjoying that. So get ready for this." And everyone's like, "Oh, they're talking about Mario. They're showing something. Oh, they must be a new Mario thing." And then they just show up some random JRPG. It's like, oh, okay.
Uh,
I guess, yeah. Like, there was no transition that they're talking about not Mario. They just talked about Mario and, like, new game announcement, and it's just JRPG. That's nothing related to Mario.
I will say there was a lot of like JRPGs in that direct.
There was. I'll agree with that, there was, but I feel like the stuff that we did get. I feel like it's just because, like, the two biggest thing, or, like, if you did not like Pyra, then yeah, that kind of sucks. Then yeah, the direct goes down in quality for you. If you were that Mario thing, like I said, it was really lame and probably got your hypes up, and then that went away. And then the last thing, so practically the director of like Zelda games shows up, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, they're gonna talk about Breath of the Wild 2," and he's like, "Nope, we're not talking about Breath of the Wild 2." I mean, I was excited there for a second, but I like a lot of people are still mad about that. But I'm just glad that he says that we're getting news this year. That is way better than Metroid. How Metroid's going. Metroid
Yeah.
has been announced like 4 years ago now at this point, and the only news we got is we're restarting the entire development of the game. It's like, great, thanks. Wow. That's real cool.
I mean, at least they let you know.
Yeah, but still, they didn't talk about anything besides hello. Yeah, so you probably are wondering about Metroid Prime. Well, we're scrapping it. It's gone. Everything we've done is gone. We're now handing it to this guys. And yeah, we'll talk to you. Come back in like 3 years.
I like on every direct. I always like the translator guy, especially when it's like disappointing news,
Yeah.
because it's like his voice kind of just stays the same.
Yeah, it does. Like if you listen to like how like what they're actually like saying, like you can tell that they're like they have like a lower tone when they're talking about bad
Yeah.
news. But the guy just doesn't care, and I hate the stupid jokes that they make him say when they're showcasing Metopia. There's a horse. They, and he goes, "Oh, you can have a horse as a companion? That sounds pretty darn good." I don't even. They must hire a professional there not to laugh how stupid that was. Sounds pretty darn good.
Speaking of that game, like I like that. Like I'm like, who's looking forward to that game? Who's
Me!
actually looking forward to
Me!
that game?
I haven't played that game, and that game is amazing. There's a fucking twerky. There's a turkey with a thick ass, and there's a mouth in the center of it, and it's named a twerky. That game is fucking great. You don't understand how amazing that game is.
You know, I don't. I've never played that game.
If you haven't played the game, if you like Mii's, it's fucking a golden. If practically there's a lot of like mini games like Tomodachi Life, and that kind of things where like if you like Mii's, it's fucking great because you can do so much stupid shit with that game. Like honestly, yeah, Metopia is. It seems like a fun ride. I don't think many people are gonna play it again. If you played it before, you basically had the experience. But if you haven't played it like me, then it's pretty exciting. You can have Dark Lord fucking Jesus, okay?
Whoa.
You can make the main bad guy of the game whatever you want it to be. But yeah, I like honestly what I would say that direct is it was an okay direct, but with super high expectations.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna say it was like amazing. Like Splatoon 3, that's interesting, but I don't really like Splatoon. I mean, I like this world of Splatoon. It's very interesting, especially that one image that I had where the squid kid, their little pet, and like the two other guys are just sitting on the train. I just love that so much. I don't know why. But yeah, I just like the world of Splatoon. Um, and yeah, a lot of people weren't happy with Skyward Sword either. But I haven't played the game.
Oh.
Did you notice that one thing? The people who made Danganronpa making that game.
What game?
Uh, Practically the people who made Danganronpa made a game where you're a bunch of kids and then you get trapped in an aquarium and everyone's
Oh
getting
yeah, yeah,
killed.
yeah.
But then it's like, lol, nope. You gotta travel across Japan, but it's a post-apocalyptic dead world, kind of. That game is canceled. Good. Also, that Mario Golf. I don't know how. I hope that isn't all that it's shown like that is, but because the problem with the new Mario sports games is that they're very small.
Like,
If it's gonna be like okay, like with things to do,
oh, okay.
because like there is like ultra like so in for the Wii U Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. God, who comes up with these names? These names are so bad. Like, actually, hold on. I want to talk about this first. What the fuck is an Ultra Smash?
Wait, what?
That's the name for the tennis game on Wii U. Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. Like, that name is so stupid.
Ultra Smash.
But practically, there's like 4 game modes with like 3 of them being the same thing. And there's no like unique courses like at all. Like old Mario like sports games used to be so much fun because they just had too much fucking bullshit in them. Stupid ass shit. Like fucking barrels in the Donkey Kong level and the fucking Super Sluggers. Fuck those barrels.
Man, you don't like those barrels.
Dude, they're big. They go across the entire map. They'll hit you. They'll hit the ball. Fuck Donkey Kong.
All right. Fair is fair.
It's annoying.
Pew, pew.
I had a clock so I can see how long we've been like recording, but then my sister literally just like it was like an hour off, but I can usually just tell it. So my sister took it down and just started playing with it and said, "Oh, don't worry, I can fix it." And then she broke it. What a surprise. I told her, "You probably shouldn't play with that because you're going to break it." "Well, oh, I just do this and it fixes it." I'm like, "Okay, but you should still not play with it." And then what do you know? The hour hand stopped working.
Man, I'm having Vietnam flashbacks. Last night, my sister, she did like it's hard to describe, but she did like the twin tails on the side of the head kind of look. You know
Mhm.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And her hair is kind of short, so it never went like the twin tails never went past her like shoulders. And she did like the like cutesy baby kind of thing that babies do. I don't know. And it just looks so wrong, and it like actually visibly disgusted me. It was just so wrong, and I actually was disturbed and disgusted. I asked her as politely as I could to get away from me.
Oh my god. Oh, hey, Michael.
Michael?
Michael? Have you...
Michael?
Michael? Michael!
Michael!
Hold on. Well, I guess I'll say one final thing and then we'll end it. But practically, so Michael, I know how you feel now because my cat, or my female cat, now yells at me to go to bed because
What?
she wants to cuddle with me under my blanket. She likes sleeping under my blanket. So she will yell at me and guide me to the room and then like jump on the blanket and look at me and keep meowing at me.
Get in.
Practically. And every night when I go to bed, even if she's not in the room, she knows I just lay down and then comes jumping in and then walks over to me and tries to get under my blanket. But well then, this is the end of this podcast. Another short one. Ooh boy.
Next time, 2-hour podcast. No. Anyhow.